Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a piece of Japanese grammar that can be a real head-scratcher for learners. It's the te iru form. Now, you might think you know what it means, but trust me, it has a secret that's going to unlock a whole new way of expressing things.
So let's just jump right in with a little puzzle. Take a look at this sentence. 彼女は有名な大学を卒業しています. Now, this translates to, she graduated from a famous university. But hang on a second. That しています ending looks exactly like the ing form in English, right? So why doesn't it mean she is graduating? Well, that's the mystery we're about to solve.
So, the secret all comes down to this idea of situational expressions. It turns out this grammar form is actually doing double duty. It's not just about what's happening right now, it's about describing the world as it is. Let's break down what that really means.
Okay, so a situational expression, it's all about describing a state of being, a condition, or a situation that's true right now. It's less about an action in progress and more about the result, or the current reality of things. And the way you build it is actually pretty straightforward. You take the conjunctive form of a verb, add that little particle te, and then finish it with iru or, the polite form imas.
Let's kick things off with the most intuitive views, describing a scene. This is where we see how this form can paint a picture of a continuous state of being, not just some fleeting action. Check out this sentence. In English, we say is standing, and that feels like an action, right? But think about it. In Japanese, this expression isn't talking about the act of getting up. It's describing the ongoing situation, the continuous state of a person being stood up right there in front of the door.
And when we pull this sentence apart, the subject and the place are pretty clear. But the real magic is in the verb. Tateimasu. That one phrase captures the whole situation, the continuous state of that stranger just being there, upright at the entrance. So how do we actually make this form? Well, the verb tatsu, which means to stand, just changes into its conjunctive form, tatte. We're not going to get lost in a bunch of conjugation tables today, but just remember this te form is the key ingredient for these situational expressions. And just so we're all on the same page, here's the vocabulary we just used. We've got shiranai hito, a stranger, genkan, the entrance, and tatsu, to stand. Easy enough, right?
All right, now for the second, and honestly, my favorite use of this form, describing someone's current status that's actually the result of something they did in the past. This is where it gets really interesting.
And we're back to our original mystery sentence. Now we can finally see what's really going on. The sentence isn't saying she is in the middle of graduating. No, it's describing her current status as a graduate. The action, the graduation itself, happened in the past, but the result of that action is true right now.
So you see, the verb sotsugyo shiteimasu isn't about the ceremony. It's about the fact that exists on her record today. It describes her current situation. She is in the state of having graduated. It's a brilliant and efficient way to talk about someone's background.
And again, a quick look at the words we used here. Yumei na means famous. Daigaku is university, and our key verb, sotsugyou suru, is to graduate.
Let's keep moving. Our next stop shows how this form is used to describe the simple situation of just being in a particular place. You're going to hear this one all the time.
This is a great one because it's so easy to misinterpret at first. The speaker isn't saying, I am currently in the process of coming to her house. Nope, the action of coming is already done. The expression kiteimasu describes the current situation. I've arrived, and now I'm in the state of being at her house for a visit. And when you look at the parts, it's crystal clear. That situational verb asobi ni kiteimasu tells us everything about the speaker's current location and why they're there. See? It's not about the journey, it's about the state of having arrived.
And our final vocabulary for today, ie, is house. Asobi can mean to play, or in this case, to visit. And of course, kuru is the verb to come. Okay, this brings us to the real aha moment of this whole thing. Let's put the two different uses of the teiru form right next to each other to make this distinction totally clear.
So here it is side by side. On one hand, you've got the situational expression. Tateimasu describes the state of being stood up. On the other hand, you have the progressive action, which you probably already know. Televi o miteimasu describes the action of watching TV, something that's actively happening. It's the same grammar, but it's being used for two totally different jobs.
So why does all this matter? Well, understanding this difference is what really separates just getting by from sounding truly natural and fluent.
Here's the one thing you absolutely need to remember.
The te-iru form isn't just for ing actions. It is a super versatile and powerful tool that people use constantly in Japan to describe the state of the world around them. It could be someone's status, their location, or just a scene unfolding. So from now on, when you see it, think state of being, not just doing.
And with that, I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Just look around you, right now. Is your door closed? Doa ga shimatte imasu. Is the light on? Denki ga tsuite imasu. What situations can you describe using this new understanding of the shiteimasu form? Give it a shot. You'll be surprised how much more you can say.